Hello, class. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to start out our language time today by looking at our state of being and helping verbs. And so let's see if you can do these. You know, you must have them memorized. Hopefully you have them all memorized and can pick them out of a sentence by now. Let's see. You know the song? Am, is, are, was, were, be, been, have, has, had, to, does, did, shall, will, should, would, may, might, must, can, may, might, must, can, and could. Am, is, or was, were, be, been, have, has, had, to, does, did, shall, will, should, would, may, might, must, can, may, might, must, can, and could. And those are the being and helping verbs. Now we have some examples right here on the board, and hopefully you can see that. I decided to do it on my phone so that I can kind of zoom in a little better. And you see that first sentence? Have you seen Miss Wilson? We're going to find the verbs in this sentence. Notice it's an interrogative sentence. So what do we do with interrogative sentences? We have a clue. Are they going to be right next to each other? Maybe the being and or the helping verb and the main verb? Did you say no? They're not in an interrogative sentence. So look, have you seen Miss Wilson? So take the interrogative sentence and make it a statement. Yes, did you say you have seen Miss Wilson? Now you can find him easier. The word have and what? Seen. Yes, so I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go up to that sentence. And I'm going to find where it's so hard to do here. What hard to do? Have is the verb. And have is a verb and seen is the verb. Have seen, but notice the word you is in between because it's interrogative. The way our sentence structure is that way. So just be mindful of that. Don't underline you, but they will be split. There'll be a word in between or a couple words sometimes. Did you bring a note for her? Did you bring a note for her? That's also interrogative. So what is the verb phrase? Meaning the helper and main verb. Did you make it a statement? You did bring a note for her? Then you can hear the helper and main verb right next to each other if you do it that way. So yes, if you were underlining the verb phrase in this sentence, you would underline what? The word did, and bring. Don't you love it when my chalk breaks like that? I know you were laughing, right? Okay. Did bring, you did bring, okay? Now, as far as the vertical line that we often do, when it's split like that, don't worry about a vertical line because the actual finding the subjects and verbs, they'll be mixed around in different orders, so don't worry about it. Then we have a section B up here on the board. The cupcake was on the table. Now there's something different about this sentence. It is what kind of sentence? Yes, did you say declarative? It is. It is making a statement. And notice the period at the end of the sentence. The cupcake was on the table. What is the verb? Now, the verb either shows action or it's on our list as a state of being verb or helping verb. Do you see one of those? Oh, did you say was? That is the verb. Now, do you see anything else? No, you don't. Only the word was is underlined. There's not a main verb. There's just the word was. The cupcake was on the table. So in sentences like this, that's all there is. Look, because it is a state of being verb. See, was is on the list, isn't it? Was is on the list, isn't it? And state of being verbs can actually be all by themselves without a main verb, and they become the main verb. It's just a being verb, a state of being verb. Whereas these down here, they have to be with the main verb. But the state of being verbs, they can be by themselves, or they can be with the main verb. But they can be by themselves. And in this case, it is by itself. And that is the verb in this sentence. Understand? Look at the next sentence. Josh is thinking about his new dog. Josh is thinking about his new dog. What is the verb phrase of this sentence? It's a declarative sentence. Did you find it? Is thinking is the verb phrase. Thinking is something you can do. So it is a verb. And is on the list. This time our being verb is with the main verb. So it becomes a helping verb. But all of it is underlined as the verb. And in this sentence, you actually could put your vertical line right there. Okay, and you could do it here too. But the ones up here that were interrogative, don't worry about a vertical line. Okay. We're just focusing on verbs today, but you know what the subjects will be, don't you? What was? Yes, cupcake was. Who or what is thinking? Josh is thinking. You see that? It answers the question who or what, and it's the subject. Focusing on verbs, finding these main verbs and helping verbs and state of being verbs. Now look at the last one. Logan will be at school tomorrow. Well, that might not happen. Don't you love it when the example sentence is someone in the class? Are you watching? Everyone watching? Logan will be at school tomorrow. Well, let's see what the verb would be in this sentence. Is there a word on our list or a word that shows action? And once again, you have to think of the list, don't you? Now look back on our list. Are there any words there you see? Well, who found the word be? Be is a being verb, right? So, you see another word on our list? Will. So see, all of this is the verb phrase. Will be. Be becomes the main verb. Be because it's state of being. The state of being verb. And will is on our helping verb list. And so will is the helper. Together, will be is the verb phrase. See that? And who or what will be? Logan will be. So we'll draw our vertical line separating our predicate part from our subject part. And the subject, of course, is Logan. Yes, who will be? Logan will be. But notice there's not an action word for the verb. You just have to pay attention to the list and know. Now, is school? Don't get confused with that. School's not the subject, is it? So always ask who or what will be. It's Logan that will be, but school's where he's going to be, right? So think about that. And this is the lesson for today. Knowing how to find subjects, verbs, but focusing on the verbs right now with the way that they can be split in interrogative sentences, and the way that you might not have a main action. You might not have an action word, but knowing the words well enough on the list that you can find them, and paying attention to, like, here is thinking there might be 2 words. There might just be 1 word, but look, there might just be 2 that are just on the list as well. And so pay attention to those. I hope that this video helped you and that you like it and you are able to do page 30. Page 30 goes along with this. So hopefully, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the next meeting and I will go over it with you. So you take care, and remember, class, remember, learn something new every day. Bye for now.